Hello, Lightworkers. This is Oya Transformation, and this is your daily Oracle reading for November the 19th, Thursday, 2020. The cards have been shuffled and divined, and the messages are as follows. The first card that fell from the Angel Tarot deck is the Two of Air. Now, if you know, like I know, twos represent duality and the conscious mind, imbalance. We're trying to work it out. So let's see what falls behind and under the two, supporting us, trying to find our balance, trying to find our way, trying to find clarity. Because the Fool is one, the Fool is optimistic, the Fool stands on the precipice of all things that could be possible. So one, as we move at its best, he's a leader. But as we move further along the numerical line, we go to two. And at two, there's some kind of conflict. Because you're not going to have conflict at one. It's just you with your best ideas. But as we continue to evolve, we learn to cooperate. So no longer is it just me with my grand ideas. Now I have to see how they mesh into the world. And if you look at the Two of Air, we have two unicorns with their horns entangled. So what is that? But another wonderful soul with a grand idea. How do we move this thing in unison, in a quality way? Are we dueling swords? We may start out that way. But that's when we're talking about imbalance. So what can we pull from that imbalanced place so that we can move forward without being at a stalemate? But what supports this Two of Air is joy and delight. Open your heart to joy. So, you know and I know, if you started in a space of one, we would only bring into this vision of the wonders that we can imagine another soul who could imagine wonders as great and as expansive as that which we imagined. So, for as wonderful as it is to speak into the ethers, our dreams, we can't do it alone. So let's look for the joy and the delight in just having someone else who you can bounce these ideas off of, who can see maybe a little bit more clearly the blind spots that we're missing. And every scenario, it is us with a grand idea, but we can't do it alone. So as we move, as we evolve, as we come closer to being the all-expansive we, this is the first step. Cooperation and finding joy in another perspective. Finding delight that someone is willing to listen to us and perhaps walk on the journey and evolve with us. The second card that supports this forward motion is my best self. And that comes from the affirmation and the affirmation on the love and relationship deck. And it says, I trust that when I'm doing what's best for me and being the happiest version of me, the right sorts of relationships will appear in my life That means I can let go of all of my worries about the future, knowing that my only job is to be happy in the moment. So, as we move forward at whatever age you are in and begin to envision your 10-year older self, are we moving in a way that would make life easier for that 10-year older self? Or are we not thinking about them and we're just living by default and we have no idea what the 10-year older self will need and how we will supply those needs? We can do that and still not lose our joy. We can do that and still be our best self. But what I do know for sure is we don't go it alone. We really don't. And even when we think we are, there is always we, because we are divine. So that which gives us unencumbered breath cannot detach itself from us. So at what point are we alone? So whether or not I use this time as I create for my 10-year older self to bounce things off with like-minded folks, or meditate and speak my wishes into spirit and listen to the responses of like-minded individuals, the creation process still says it is we who create, not me. So the final card in this lesson journey says, love is the way I walk in gratitude. From the Daily Miracle. Try then today to begin to learn how to look on all things with love, appreciation, and open-mindedness. So, as that two of air could look like opposition, it could also look like we are being shaken, shifted, so that we will be refined, and that best version of ourselves is what's to come forward. So I challenge you, if you have decisions that need to be made, places where you're not quite sure, or places where another idea has come in and you've been used to doing it all by yourself, or thinking foolishly that you are, recognize that there is no coincidence. That Spirit puts opportunities in front of us to teach us how to better coexist, so that we become a better world. My best self is not doing it alone. My best self is a cooperative version of me. So happy Thursday. Thank you for listening. Hey, and on another note, I got a book of poems, guys. I got a book of poems I am so excited about. Hopefully it'll be coming out before Thanksgiving by the same name as this YouTube channel, Oya Transformation, Volume 1. Stay tuned. I'm excited about it, and I hope that you will be too. Again, I say thank you for listening. Have the bestest of all days. And as always, be well.